In today's video, I thought I would do a desk and work area setup, so let's just get straight to it. Hi everyone, my name is Mizen and I make videos on beep stuff. And in today's video, we're basically going to be going over my desk area. I've never done a video like this before, so it should be kind of interesting to see, and I hope you enjoy it. The first thing about my area is that it's made up of two separate desks. It's made up of two IKEA desks, as well as a Kallax and Alex unit, so that they actually have different levels. So the main part of the desk that you always see in my videos is the elevated table we have here. This is where I always film from. And then on a slightly lower level, I have my actual work table here. And the reason for this, you'll see in a minute, but it does allow me lots of really good space to work and also put my home lab. The Alex unit actually is not using for this desk here. It's actually where my computer sits on. So it works really good for that. I get extra space there as well. And if we go around the other side, you can see I have the table bolted to this Kallax unit. Here I have a lot of storage for like networking equipment and various stuff I might use for videos and so on. And then here we have the home lab. That's going to be in another video, but you can see that the table goes over and it's perfectly sized to house my NAS. That's specifically for my Mac Pro. And then also the Razer external GPU, which I use for testing purposes. And underneath also you can see the Philips Hue control hub. And as you can see, it does give me quite a good workspace to work in. We can hardly really talk about the setup without really picking the elephant in the room here, which is the computer here. The specs I'll put down below, but this is my gaming computer. I don't really do any work on this computer so much. I do a lot of the networking stuff on here, but I can do that on anything. But this is my gaming PC. This is what runs Manjaro. This is the dual screen setup. Two MSI monitors set up here with all the cables as hidden away as possible. And then I also have some lighting around the back. As you can see, this is just a standard LED strip which goes all the way around the back and is controlled by one of these little remote controls. The light strip itself was super cheap, so it goes with this to get this nice white backlight. And I did that throughout the whole desk setup, where I tried to remove all the cables and I hid the ones that I couldn't actually hide in these kind of cable tidies here. These are really nice. You can get these on Amazon. I think I'll post a link to those as well down below. But they're really good for keeping your desk tidy and keeping cables out of the way. And then on the top, I have two Logitech webcams. One of them is plugged into the Mac Pro and one of them is plugged into the PC. That's because of OBS and the slightly different settings in both programs, and it saves me some trouble. Mentioned the Mac Pro. Underneath the desk, you can see here, this is where all the wires are. This is clearly not tidy, not finished yet, but I wanted to show you what the state is now rather than it being all perfect. And here you can see the Mac Pro. It's on wheels because these things are notoriously heavy. You can see that I have the Apple keyboard on there, which is what I use for when I'm actually using the Mac Pro, because it's really nice for video editing. The back of the home lab has the back panel off because it's really warm now. So, and then under here I have a bunch of boxes, which is for video content creation stuff when I have ideas. Standard computer chair here, nothing too fancy. And then I have my recording lights up here. I have my HyperX quadcast microphone. On the top here I have one of my NAND lights here, a bunch of Warhammer 40k models. At the top we have some more Warhammer 40k. We have my joystick, which I use for Star Citizen. A bunch of here, this is just my knickknack corner. As you can see, bobbleheads and various stuff like that. On my desk I always have my iPad Pro. I use that for work, so when I come home I typically need to use it as well as watching movies in bed. Charging my phone, this is a Goal Zero Sherpa. These things are awesome. Been using this for a long time now. It's been rock solid. iFixit kit, obviously, that's just needed. Stream Deck, this is being set up for Linux at the moment. And here I have my Razer Mini Huntsman keyboard. I quite like this a lot. This is a really nice size keyboard for this kind of size desk. And here we have the Logitech vertical mouse. I use this when I'm working, but here we have the Razer Basilisk mouse, which I use when I'm playing. This little device here is a kind of USB KVM switch. So I use this to switch devices between my Linux computer here and the Mac Pro that's down here. So that way I don't have to unplug stuff and plug it back in again. So I just press this little button here and it will switch between the output out the back, so I can have my mouse, headset, keyboard plugged into one or the other by only pressing that button. I'm going to leave a link to the description for this. This was quite cheap and works really well. I have my speakers here. I have my Nari Ultimate Razer headset. These are really good, very, very comfortable. Definitely recommend if you want. They're quite large, but I don't use them when I'm out, just for when I'm gaming. And then my Xbox controller, which is hooked up to my Linux computer for when I'm playing some games. Some games I play with the mouse, sometimes with the controller, it just depends. Another thing that you may have noticed on the desk is the radio. This is an odd addition for a work desk. That's pretty much just due to the geopolitical situation in Europe at the moment. So I have some friends and then we keep these charged up and ready to go. So that's just one of those extra things. And here we have, this is an ornament of Minas Tirith from Lord of the Rings. And inside there I just have USB sticks. And in between the mouse and the Minas Tirith model, I have this painting here. This is a painting of my mount outside of Solitude in Elder Scrolls Online. And my wife does these paintings. I'm definitely going to leave a link in the description below so you can check out her artwork on Instagram. She does loads of stuff, that including these she did, and a bunch of others that are just, you know, there's too many to show in one video. So when I'm sitting at my desk, it looks like this. I have both my monitors behind me. The one that's directly in front of me is the main one. And the one on the left is kind of the support one. And down below I have all of the storage that I need for videos as well as all my tools. So in this cupboard I just have all of the tools for PC repair, hard drive repair, cleaning and stuff like that. So that's really located right by my feet. In the other cupboard is just basically video idea stuff, which I'm not going to show right now because that will be in another video. And as I mentioned before here, and on the side I have my green screen for OBS Studio and a reflector for when I'm doing photos and videos. That's all kind of tucked away in there. And this is kind of what it looks like normally when I'm doing reviews and stuff like that. I have this cork top for when I'm putting products on there so I don't ruin my desk. This was a really good setup because it was really cheap to set this up. It looks really good in the apartment and it's very comfortable to use. So this is pretty much what I'm using every day. It's where I'm working every day. As you can see, it's quite spacious as well. So I'm very happy with this. So this has been my setup for 2022 and a little bit from 2021, but it's not finished yet, but this is kind of the current status of it. And if it changes, I'll kind of let you guys know. Maybe I'll post it on Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, then there's a link down below in the description where you can also follow me on Twitter. I'm getting more active on there all the time. And of course, if you do like the content that you see in this video, do like the video and as well as subscribe to the channel because that always helps. So I hope you enjoyed the tour of my work area and my desk setup for 2022. If you do like any of the things that you've seen in this video and you want to have a review of some of the products that you've seen or some of the items I use, do drop a comment down below and I'll see if I can get around to making a review of that product. As always, this is Robert Mizen and I will see you in the next video.